Yo, yo, what's happening? Oh man, it's a steamer out here. I was thinking about doing the video today inside, but I'm not gonna be a little girl. So, just been doing a little reading and researching on some stuff. Had a little family get together over the weekend, and one of my family members works in healthcare in a hospital. She does a lot with x-rays and stuff like that. She's not an x-ray tech, but I think she's a nurse. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. She was telling me that she just knows how I like to think outside the box, and I'm just interested in different stuff, and I'm kind of conspiratorial, I guess is what you would call it nowadays. Free thinking. She was telling me that, come on, bud, let's go. She was telling me that in the hospital now, in the x-ray rooms where they give x-rays, they have little signs up that says that they don't use the little lead padding anymore when they do the chest x-rays. The lead padding is used to protect reproductive organs. And she thought that was kind of weird that they stopped using them, and they had a sign disclaimer saying due to science, new studies show that they're just not needed anymore. I also have a friend who works in Nuke Med, so I asked him about it, and he's real linear thinking. He's definitely conspiratorial, but he's pretty brainwashed. But his reasons for it were just that, which I get. Technology gets better. These machines are able to focus in on, and you can focus in on certain parts of the body, to where the old machines from the 50s and the 60s, those used to just be like almost like a full scan. So it was harder to focus, I guess, where the x-ray takes its imaging. So then that led me to do a little more research, and I was like, well, my relative was saying that there's kids that they do x-rays on every day of the week for one reason or another. Kids that are admitted and they have a sickness or an illness, and that they need to have x-rays for one reason or another, that every day of the week, and that sometimes it doesn't work right, and they do 2 or 3 at a time in one day. So then I got to thinking, how many x-rays are given a day, a year, worldwide? And it's absolutely astonishing. I think the number was 500 billion x-rays are performed a year. So, I got to talk to my Nuke Med friend again about just kept asking him questions like, okay, so the technology's gotten better. I said, do the techs have to actually aim the machine to get the x-ray where they need, the imaging from? And he said, yeah, the techs still have to do that, but they have a lot of regulations and training and stuff like that to make sure that people are trained right to just basically do them right, And then I just kept asking questions, and he basically ended it with, like anything else that humans are doing, shit happens. And that sometimes, I guess, people would, not aim it at the right place, or I don't know. It's just humans, I have a lot of friends that work in the medical field, and a lot of them tell me that some of these nurses they hire and stuff are just they're just not very smart. You know, they're just not very smart. I mean, I've heard stories of women going into rooms and stealing meds, you know, unhooking the patient from morphine or whatever and literally hooking themselves up to it for a little bit to get messed up. Come on, Bubba. You know, so I don't trust that. And then, you know, I got to thinking, well, if there's 500 billion x-rays performed a year, how many of those are shit happens? I mean, it's just wild to think about. It also said, I think 20 million, no, I don't know. It was a huge number. Maybe it was 20 million. I feel like it was more than that. But our x-rays done on children under the age of 15. You know, and basically what I'm getting at is birth rates. And I think there's an attack on fertility right now in the world. And it's like a full-scale attack. So you got the attack on the immediate family. You want to break up the family. And if people don't want to have families, they're not going to have children. This push to make women equal, which they already are equal. It's what you believe in yourself. If you put a thing on yourself and says, I'm not equal, you're not equal. So they're trying to push this Me Too movement and this women empowerment movement. And it's basically just a movement to put more women in the workforce and to take women away from nurturing and having children and producing nurtured human beings to keep repopulating the planet with the right people. So you got that. You got birth control. I know a lot of my wife's friends, they've been on birth control their whole life. They train these kids from when they're like 12 years old in school now that birth control is cool and it's okay. They have birth control vending machines on campuses. And a lot of these women have been on birth control their whole life, and now they want to have kids, and it's just not happening for them. And I'm not an expert, but the body's a well-tuned, well-oiled machine that's just basically assaulted from the moment that woman gives birth. That human being is assaulted from every angle, from the jabs, from the stuff they put in the eyes, how quick they cut the umbilical cord. I've also read that the umbilical cord shouldn't be cut that soon. It's just the baby's just assailed from the moment that they give birth. So I really think that there's a global agenda to just lower birth rates. And I think the event that happened about 1.5 years ago and is still going on, that they're still talking about, I think the solution for the event that they're offering everybody, you know, Matt from Quantum of Conscious calls it the going to rent the video. All these people going to rent the video, I think that's going to cause women to be not able to have children. I mean, not all of them. It won't be like that. And I think it's going to cause men to have infertility. And it's just it's a wild rabbit hole to research when you look at global birth rates. I mean, I think the global birth rate in like the 50s was like 4.5 children per woman or something. And I could be wrong. You know, I've been reading stuff, and I'm not going to sit there and read you stuff off a computer. I like to try to memorize stuff and just do, you know, shoot from the hip. I don't like to sound like a drone, but I think it's down to like 2.3 or 2.1, and they say by 2100 it's going to be below 1.5 or something like that. they probably have a goal. I mean, they have these meetings and they try to have a goal. But while I was researching the global fertility rates and stuff like that and the declines, I had this little snippet pop up and it said, due to COVID, due to the event, I shouldn't say COVID. I'm not trying to have stuff flagged. But due to the event, global birth rates are dropping for all these different weird reasons that they say. And I really think that a lot of these problems, not just infertility, but allergies and all that stuff, are being caused by going to rent the video, going to get the solution, going to get the jab. So it's going to be interesting to watch it play out, because they're definitely not letting this event play down. You know, now they got this new Delta event. And I don't think they're going to stop. And I think they're trying to just make this all-encompassing crazy disease that's going to affect you your whole life if you had it. And if you don't get the jab, that all these effects are you're going to have on yourself throughout your life. You know, you're going to, who knows? I don't remember exactly what they say. But you can bet your bottom dollar that they're going to brainwash people into thinking that all these effects from the jabs are actually from COVID. And I just thought that was interesting. I'm going to do some more research, but I just wanted to pop on and talk about that while I had it in my head and go for a nice walk before it gets too hot. I mean, the humidity around where I live has been, I think the dew point was like 74 last night around 6-7 p.m. So, you know, a lot of rain and then some heat, and, you know, you get that humidity, and it's whatever, you know. It doesn't really bother me, but it's definitely not comfortable to walk around and do that. So, hope everyone's staying well, and see you soon. Peace.